Okay, now uh, in the name of Allah, uh, today I want to talk about another part of how to write a research proposal in applied linguistics. Uh, One of the important, sections in writing a proposal is that where do we want to get the knowledge from, or what kind of knowledge are we dealing with? As you can see in this diagram, there are three spaces of knowledge. We have got a space 1, which is smaller, space 2, which is the outer space and the bigger one, and space 3, which is the biggest. As you can see in space 1, that is the general knowledge, uh, which the knowledge that all people have got. This is something which is shared by the other layers. As you can see, knowledge space 1 is included in space 2 and 3, but it is limited, so it is the general knowledge that all walks of life, all normal people have got. But space 2 is the knowledge that only the members of the field have. You see, uh, in space 2 we have a series of knowledge, or some kind of knowledge which is owned only by the members of the field. For example, every particular field of study, like English language teaching, the researchers, the scholars, the students, the professors have got this knowledge. So this is the knowledge that is owned only by the members of the field. And in space 3, this is issues and problems. This includes issues and problems that even the members of the field do not know. Here we have got a kind of knowledge which is not known even by the members of the field. It is something else, something extra, something very new and difficult. And okay, so it is not shared by the other groups. I'll explain them one by one. That is choosing a topic. It's about choosing a topic. In space 2, the knowledge space may include theories, models, principles, concepts. The members of the academic community acquire this knowledge by reference to the established knowledge. That space 2 is actually a kind of knowledge which is related to the theories, models, principles, and concepts which members of the academic community acquire by reference to the established knowledge. And as the literacy level of people increases, more and more knowledge of space 2 will be transferred into space 1, because the new knowledge has been discovered. So this knowledge would be transferred to space 1. That would be the space 2 knowledge would be a kind of a space would be a kind of knowledge which is known by normal people. So this specialized fields of knowledge, or this specialized knowledge, would be changed into general knowledge. Graduate students as well as the researcher in scientific and academic fields are supposed to pick up their research topics from space 2, alright? It's talking to you researchers, you students, MA or PhD students who are working in scientific and academic field. You're supposed to pick up your research topics from space 2. Because space 1 is the general knowledge that many people know, and space 3 is the knowledge that even the members of the field do not know. So this blue part is where the students and academicians actually take or pick up their research topics from. Therefore, the findings and results of investigation would first fed into space 2 and possibly at a later time into space 1. After working on that and become known, that knowledge to many people, so that knowledge would be transferred to space 1. Your research should solve one of the available problems in space 3 and inject the findings as knowledge into space 2. Of course, although this is a place that many, university students or researchers actually take their topic from, but it's better to, take a topic from space 3, which is an unknown area, something where you can find new issues, new concepts, new theories, and develop new models actually. So your research should solve one of the available problems in space 3 and inject the findings as knowledge into space uh, uh, 2. So the problem can be something new from space 3 and it can be transferred to space 2, and the researchers do some research or carry out the research in that knowledge, on that data or knowledge. Now, if you choose a research problem which belongs to space 1 and 2, your research would be redundant and uninformative, right? Because if you take a problem from this area that would be known to many people, and if you even take a problem from space 2 that is known by the people in the field, the people, the students, the researchers, professors who are working in this field, but you should take something which is very, very new, or a problem, deal with a problem which is related to space 3, and space 3 is that kind of problem of knowledge which is not known, even to academic people. Choosing a topic. Your research study should be one which when investigated, its findings may add something to the available body of knowledge of the field. That is, it may expand space 2. That's why we say it's better to work on a new topic, not something which has been already dealt with, not a topic which has been already, researched or carried out by the other researchers. So it should be something completely new which adds something to the body of knowledge of the field. It is something which adds to the body of knowledge to the field, so it may expand the space too. The problem, therefore, for this reason, the problem that you choose for your research should be one that will lead to a new problem, to new problems, and so to further research. Actually, that problem should not be a very, simple and something very, a kind of uh, normal problem that many people know about it. No, it should be something different. In the process of carrying out research, researchers face other questions and problems that cannot be answered within the scope of the same study. You should therefore note down the new problems and suggest them for further research. While you're doing your research, in the middle or meanwhile, you may encounter some new problems or some new issues. So those new issues or problems should be presented to the future, researchers and scholars in order to be solved later, or presented to them in order to do some research on that later. And that's why we say that those issues and problems are suggested by the researcher as in a place or in a section which is called suggestion for further research at the end of the research, or you can sometimes find it at the end of the research papers. The problem should be ethically appropriate. One of the major issues in research is that it should be ethical, that is, protect the legal rights of the participants in the study. Because you're gathering some data from the participants, if you make them known to all people, or because that would not be ethical, because normally the data or information you collect from the participants are confidential. They should be kept secret. A very common step in this direction is to solicit participants' consent to take part in the study. You have to ask them whether they are satisfied, with taking part in the study or not. They should like to participate in the study. Therefore, you have to solicit or get their consent, their agreement to take part in the study. To this end, you may send them a letter explaining the objectives of the study and the role they are supposed to play in it, and then ask for their written consent. They have to present a written consent for future use. They should be assured that the information collected from them through questionnaires or interviews or any other instruments would remain confidential. It means that you will not uh, you know publicize, for example, or do not publish the information that they have given you without their consent. So you should use only those information for your research purposes. Okay, right. Uh, Now we are going to talk about working the topic and research problem. The two main tasks after choosing a topic are preparing a working bibliography and reading and summarizing the related literature. These are the main two tasks that you should do as a researcher after choosing a topic. Okay? Imagine that you have selected your topic and now you want to do it. You want to work on that. Therefore, you have to pass through these two stages. One is preparing a working bibliography. Working bibliography means collecting and using all the uh, uh, materials that you're using for collecting literature, including papers, articles, thesis, books, pamphlets, and like. So that is called working bibliography. And reading and summarizing the related literature, because it's very, very necessary to read the related literature, uh, to your topic. You have to know what kinds of researches or actually studies have been done relating to your topic in the past, and where you're going and what has been already done in that field. Task 1 is preparing a working bibliography. The term working bibliography means a collection or a general list of all the possible sources and materials you can find related to your topic and research problems. For example, you're working on learning strategies or something like that. You have collected about 200 papers, books, pamphlets. So all those information are called your working bibliography. You work with those sources, but you are not necessarily include all of them in your reference list. That's why we call it working bibliography. What you prepare as the working bibliography is in effect a general list of the materials related to your topic under investigation. That is a general list, including all those papers, books related to your topic. But the ones you use and cite in your proposal or thesis